Welcome back to Quality Time. In this special episode, I'm joined by a guest who's going to help me decide whether or not Choreplay is just a myth perpetrated on us by the mommy bloggers. This episode of Quality Time is brought to you by Baby Bjorn. Because there may be just a little bit of potty talk, I've brought with me today the little potty. The design on this is actually really very cool. I'm joined today via iChat by Rami Lasali, the founder of TrueMomConfessions.com. It's a very, very interesting, cool site where dads can go and learn what moms really think, what they're really saying. And now what we want to find out is what moms really think about Choreplay. Rami, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Clay. Great to be here.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. I'm having a little bit of buyer's remorse about the whole Choreplay issue. What is Choreplay as you understand it?
I mean, some people say it's literally like your husband should be holding the Swiffer and unloading the dishwasher and folding the laundry. But at the end of the day, it's dads doing more of their load, so we can just have a little time off and feel relaxed and then, you know, feel a little more in the mood.
I think the notion of Choreplay is that if men did more housework, they would get more sex.
That is the theory.
I don't really have a benchmark to measure against because I've always sort of subscribed to Choreplay. I hope that it's true that a man doing his 50-50, that a man doing housework, a man really embracing this sort of new role of fatherhood is going to be sexy. But my concern is that ultimately that image loses out in a way to the stronger prevailing stereotype of the powerful, strong, aggressive male.
Well, now that you put it that way, and I'm actually picturing you, like maybe on your knees scrubbing the toilet bowl, it's not that sexy. I agree. I don't necessarily want you to see me doing that either.
Well, you know, and I'm not even saying I want out of it. I like contributing. I really do. And I resent people that say that I'm emasculated because I change the diapers and I clean up and I fold the laundry and I do dishes. I don't think it's emasculating, but I do worry that it certainly doesn't make me sexy.
Maybe the sexiest thing is the housekeeper. Maybe this is about a new kind of threesome. I'm not saying sex with the housekeeper. I'm saying maybe we bring in a third party to do the housework, and doing the housework is just to give us a little more time, right? We just want to cross some things off our to-do list.
Yes, and I do believe that there is a logistical element to Choreplay. That yes, if everybody has a little bit more time and energy, that logistically there's just more possible time in which to have sex.
I went and read my friend Ayala Waldman's book called Bad Mother, which she really explicitly says, hey, unload the dishwasher, you're gonna have more sex. So I come home and I tell him that, and he looks at me and is like, I'm doing a lot. Because his baseline is his dad, who sits, love him, but he sits and he waits for his mom to make him lunch. So my husband, who's really involved, like you're really involved, is thinking, honey, I'm already doing a lot. So I think one of the biggest problems is we don't sit down and reevaluate and do sort of an audit of all the things, a dump of all the responsibilities. That could be one of the big problems.
We've upped our level, right? Haven't guys upped their level? What's the deal? How come I don't get credit for it?
I think you get credit for it. I think the problem is there's still so much that doesn't get done. There's that invisible list of things, writing the thank you notes and organizing the bake sale. And
somehow we went to 0 to 50 in one generation. Guys like me, you hit 35 and you feel pretty good about yourself, but your wife is still extremely frustrated. So rather than sort of congratulating you on the 35 that you're doing, you're constantly being criticized for the 15 that you lack.
Do you feel like this is all being talked about? Because I think it's this sort of simmering resentment. I walk around sort of pissed off that why aren't you even thinking to take out the trash? It's not on his radar.
You gotta do the list. You've gotta do the inventory of all the household tasks, because unless you can look at it in aggregate, it's hard for dad to get credit. It's also hard for dad to see, wow, she's doing so much more than I am.
Have you made the list? I really have never made the list.
I haven't. And you know what? Because it seems so bitchy to me.
No, then you're a team. Then you're like a team. We're making the list. We're in this, and let's see. Maybe it'll be 50-50. Maybe it'll be 70-30. But you've acknowledged that there's the list.
Thanks very much for joining me on Quality Time. Thanks to you guys for watching Quality Time. I'm not sure that we've completely solved the mystery of Choreplay, whether it works or not. We'd love to hear from you. Go to dadlabs.com, join the conversation there. Go to truemomconfessions.com and air your feelings about Choreplay, about sharing the domestic responsibilities at either one of those places. Very good forums for you to discuss what is a pretty prickly issue in most two-career homes. We want to thank our sponsors, Baby Bjorn. Without them, we wouldn't bring you this stuff. So we're really grateful to them. Thanks again to Rami Lassali for joining me today. Thanks a lot, Rami.
Thanks.
And we'll see you next time on Quality Time.